Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. Now let's get into the video. ABBA recently had one of their first shows of their reunion, and fans are amazed as to how everything ended up the way it did. In this video, we're taking a look behind the scenes of ABBA's digital show. Number 6. Digital show.
The interesting thing was that it hasn't been done before.
In the 1970s and 80s, one of the most popular bands at the time was ABBA. They toured all over the world and spread a lot of laughter and love to their audience. They went their separate ways in 1982, and after all that time, they have chosen to reunite. But this isn't like any other reunion that has happened before. This is due to the fact that the members of ABBA have chosen to reunite digitally for their audience. They have made some new songs and have put together a new show, but they aren't the ones that are going to be performing. So let's talk about what a digital reunion means. Number 5. Capturing the real people.
We found the idea of making digital copies of ourselves irresistible, so we continued.
There are many reasons why ABBA has been so successful throughout their career, but one of the main reasons is that they aren't afraid to try new things. Back in the 1970s, they were not only famous for their songs, but also their style of clothing. This is just an example of the fact that they were always ahead of the times. And now their reunion is reflecting the same fact. They must have taken into account that since they're all old people now, they cannot simply perform each and every night if they want to go on tour, which led into the topic of creating digital avatars of themselves. They collaborated with the company ILM, also known as Industrial Light and Magic, and spent 5 weeks in a studio. They wore outfits with markers attached to them, which captured the way they moved. The band members then performed their songs just like they did back in the day, and all that was captured by over 160 different cameras. This is what led to their digital avatars being created. But that wasn't the only crazy aspect of their reunion. Number 4. Custom-built arena. Due to the fact that they were doing something that had never been done before, it required an arena that could accommodate the new technology. They must have searched far and wide, but they still didn't find any existing arena that could support a live show with their digital avatar. This is why they settled on the matter of building an entirely new one for the band to perform in. This is the level of influence that ABBA has. If they want an entirely new arena, they'll get one. This new custom-designed arena was built in London, which is sure to attract a lot of people given the popularity of the place. Number 3. Hiring musicians.
It was like a masterclass, basically, in pop.
The other aspect of the show that ABBA had to figure out was the music. If they had digital avatars performing their pre-recorded songs with pre-recorded instruments, then that would not have been considered as a live show. That would have just been a playback of a recording. The band was very dedicated to giving their fans their money's worth, which is why they went about hiring young and new musicians for their shows. Those musicians will now play live instruments, and will also be providing live backing vocals to the performances of ABBA. Number 2. ABBA's thoughts on the show.
No, it's quite good, yeah, because the atmosphere, the feeling in the studio was absolutely fantastic.
Even though the band was not performing their shows live, they still wanted to take a look at the results of all their efforts and collaborations. This is why, at the end of the first reunion concert, all 4 members went on stage and bowed to their fans for showing them all that support. They then talked about that experience at an interview later, in which Annie Fried said that she enjoyed watching all the people dancing and enjoying the show. Bjorn also added that it was a bit surreal seeing themselves on stage, but that it became normal after a while. He also said that they had many pictures and videos from their live performance from 40 years ago, so it was nothing unusual for the band members to see themselves on stage. Number 1. Making new songs.
Sort of incomprehensible. I mean, we gave up in 1980 when I was 2. I'm very happy and grateful.
The band members talked about a lot of interesting things in an interview. They revealed that the band were initially only thinking of creating digital versions of themselves, and that they had even looked into creating holograms, but had discarded that idea. They also said that they were just going to play their entire song catalog with those avatars, and were only thinking of adding a couple new songs into the mix. But after they started making new songs, they couldn't stop, and ended up making a whole new album. The album, titled Voyage, is now also playing in their new arena, along with their old songs. It must be so surreal for fans to have their favorite band reunite after all those years. These were some of the behind-the-scenes details of ABBA's digital show. The show is going to continue till December of 2022 at the very least, and there's no telling what happens after that. That brings us to the end of the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell so you don't miss out on future videos. If you enjoyed the content, then do leave a like. So until next time, take care and goodbye.